So first I wanted to mention, last year the Zeus Max all-wheel drive got released, and me and my buddy Corey made a video and it's on his channel. This is the two-wheel drive version. So if you look on the top right hand corner, you could choose the US warehouse on a two-wheel drive version. The US warehouse only has the 110 Rovers and the 982 watt-hour battery. So if you're looking for the even bigger battery version, that's 1170 watt-hours, then you would have to wait for it to be shipped from the China warehouse. They also have the 120mm Discovery Cloudwheels and the 150mm Hoda wheels. And of course, you also have the option to choose the four-wheel drive on the top right corner. Personally, I don't really prefer four-wheel drive. It's unnecessary power. It has strange weight up front that really compromises the ride feel. It burns more range, and it's just not my type of vibe. Now let's first start off with the deck. The deck length is about 39.5 inches, and the width is right shy of 11 inches in width, making it almost an entire 1 inch wider than the traditional Zeus and Zeus Pro deck. So if you are a Zeus or a Zeus Pro owner and you're a bigger rider and you want a bigger deck and more range, look how large this platform is. I can practically do the damn cha-cha slide on this thing. It also has that perfect padded grip tape that I always loved on the Zeus and the Zeus Pro, and most of all, it's concave. Now, I've been saying for a very long time, the Zeus Pro is my favorite carbon fiber deck. There are so many good 2-in-1 carbon fiber boards out there, but if the deck is too flat, then it won't be in my top choices of boards to ride. The Zeus has a perfect amount of concave. Keeps my feet planted while carving and also comfortable at the same time. But on top of everything else, the clearance is still very good, even though this is packing a huge battery. Having a good amount of clearance on a board that you're riding daily is pretty important in my opinion. So not only is it good because you're preventing hitting things and bottoming out, but it also looks super sleek. For this size battery being only 35 pounds and this sleek, this is now my favorite 2-in-1 carbon fiber long range board. I also like their charging port. It's got this secure cover that twists on and off, and the same thing when you plug it in. When you plug it in, you secure it by tightening up the knob so it won't come loose. Also, this board comes with an 8 amp charger with a built-in fan. I don't know any other 2-in-1 production carbon fiber board that supplies an 8 amp charger under 1,500 bucks. As for the wheels that came on this board were the Cloudwheel Rovers 110mm. Now, I did a very in-depth review on these. I'll put the link in the description, but these are 110mm in diameter, 76A diameter, and 64mm in width. They have that DFC dampening core technology that the Discovery Cloudwheels have that everybody loves, but the Rovers have a rubber exterior that is flatter with a better contact patch and that has a unique tread pattern that is basically designed for wet conditions. So you'll be able to hold your traction much better with these than the classic Discovery Cloudwheels. I've also never seen these new Rovers have a failed core from any customers. If you want to see how these wheels perform in wet conditions, check out the link in the description below. But as for everyday riding and see how they perform with this particular Zeus Max, let's see how she does. Now let's talk about the Mboards Nova tires. These particular ones that are on the Zeus Max are the 6-inch. Now I did do an in-depth review on the 7-inch Nova tires, so if you want to learn more about the particular tire, check out that video, links in the description. But both 6 and 7-inch Nova tire has a much higher quality rubber than your average China Sunmate wheel. Their tread pattern increases your grip along with their flatter contact patch. Now I always prefer a 6-inch over a 7-inch because of its lower profile design. I think this 6-inch is much better than 7-inch. But I really wanted to talk about the trucks and the tires combined in this segment because when I utilize Ownboard's traditional kingpin trucks with some riptide bushings and pivot cups, and of course my favorite carbon fiber deck, it just gives me all the confidence in the world and makes me ride like a beast, especially after riding street wheels for the last few weeks. Because if you're so used to riding street wheels, you're being so much more cautious when you're riding and carving. With these tires, these trucks, and this deck, you could really push the limits at all kinds of different speeds. The only other production board with the traditional kingpin setup that I like a little bit better than this is the B1 Titan X. Not the Meepo traditional kingpin, not the Entra traditional kingpin, not the Tiny traditional kingpin, the B1 Titan first, and the Zeus second. So let me show you the enjoyment that I have riding this Zeus Max 2-wheel drive with the 6-inch Nova tires and these traditional kingpin trucks. Check it out. As for the motors, these are 6.5, 7.4 dual belt drive motors that are covered with a free oil slick bash guard. So if you ride street wheels like me, you'll definitely appreciate that. The ESC that the Zeus Max is utilizing is the newest Hobbywing 9028. And out of all the Hobbywing boards I've ever owned, I've never had a cutout. Now behind the front truck, there's a placement for another ESC, but that's for the 4-wheel drive version. The Zeus Max is utilizing your standard Hobbywing remote. Hold down the power button and it will turn on the board as well. Now the Hobbywing remote has all the visual data you need. You got your total miles, your trip miles, your speed modes, your battery meter for your board, your battery meter for your remote, your brake levels, the arrow indicator for forward and reverse, and of course your speed. Now you have 3 different speed modes plus an extra one. If you click it 3 times, it'll put you in turbo mode. If you click it 5 times, it'll give you a back screen menu. You could change it from miles per hour to kilometers per hour, and now you can easily adjust your brake levels to accommodate your riding style. Okay guys, here we go, top speed test, Zeus Max 2-wheel drive with the Cloudwheel's 40T. Let's do it. Wow, for 40T, that felt really fast. Holy moly. Let's check the rider app. Yo, 35.2 miles per hour. That's 40T pulleys. That's pretty crazy. Okay guys, here we go. Giant hill test, same hill we always use. Zeus, 2-wheel drive, full battery, turbo mode. See how she does. Let's do it. Ate that hill. Let's check the rider app. 28.5 miles per hour up the hill. Good job, Ownboard. Okay, let's do a mid-range power test. Doing 16, 17 miles per hour. 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna go. 1, 2, 3, go. Nice. I think it's better even at higher speeds. So I'm gonna do it 20 miles per hour. 20 miles per hour, 1, 2, 3, go. All right, I'm at 20 miles per hour. 1, 2, 3, punch it. Better. Yeah, if you're at 20 miles per hour plus, when you punch it, it feels great. Okay, let's do a brake test now at 15 miles per hour. The brakes are adjustable in the remote. I think mine are about 95%. 1, 2, 3, brake. Nice, good brakes. Okay guys, top speed test on the Zeus Max 6-inch Novas. Turbo mode, 6-inch Novas, 60 feet pulleys. Let's do it. Man, I felt like that just kept climbing. Let's check the rider app. 34 miles per hour right on the nose. That's plenty, especially with 6-inch all-terrains. Okay guys, here we go. Giant hill test, same hill we always use. Onboard Zeus Max 2-wheel drive. Let's do it. Flew up that hill, no problems whatsoever. Let's check the rider app. 27.2 miles per hour up the hill with the 6-inch all-terrain setup on the Zeus Max. Okay, that mid-range power test, 20 miles per hour, and I'm gonna punch it. 1, 2, 3, go. Definitely good. It's not crazy impressive, but it's very good. Okay, brake test. I'm at 95%, so you can adjust the brake levels. Brake test at 15 miles per hour. 1, 2, 3, brake. Nice. Very good brakes. And you can go up even more because I'm at 95%, so obviously you can go up to 100. As for the battery configuration on this particular Zeus Max, this is the 21 amp hour, 982 watt hour Molicel P42A setup. As for range, I'm a 155 pound rider and the temperature was about 60 to 65 degrees during the full duration of the range test, utilizing the 110mm Rover Cloudwheels. I got a total of 40.5 miles of range. As for the range with the 6-inch Mboards Nova tires, I got a total of 31 miles with the Zeus Max 2-wheel drive version. Final thoughts. Now, this is definitely my go-to favorite long-range board, especially when I want to utilize all-terrain. Sometimes in our New York group rides, we do about a 27 to a 30 mile ride, and every time I want to attend that particular ride, I have to utilize street wheels. But now with this particular board, the battery pack is big enough to utilize 6-inch all-terrain tires. So now I could be comfortable and have crazy amount of grip during these New York City group rides. Now you might ask, hey Fred, what about the Nomad N3 from Ace Deck or the Mboard Endurance? Now the tricky thing about the Mboard Endurance is that the deck is incredibly flat. It's so flat that I actually don't enjoy it that much. If it had more concave to it, I would definitely be 100% satisfied with the Mboard Endurance. But when the deck is that flat, I just can't enjoy the board that much and can't ride that confident. I can't stress it enough how important a deck shape and quality is to me. I'd much rather have a deck with perfect amount of concave than a crazy long range board that could do 50 miles per hour and 50 miles of range. As for the Ace Deck Nomad N3, another great choice, another awesome board. But I'm a smaller rider. That board is just too chunky, too thick, and too heavy underneath my feet. The Zeus Max is very sleek, very thin for its battery pack, and again, the concave is just perfect. When the enclosure on these boards is very thick and it's external underneath the board, not only are they hard to carry around, but again, they kind of compromise the ride, especially for me being a smaller rider. This board is so easy to handle, I'm even practicing in regular stance rather than goofy stance. So even if you're a beginner and you're not looking to buy a second board later on to upgrade and you want to grow into a board, this is a perfect choice. I can't tell you how many times I see people purchasing a cheap board under 500 bucks and 2 weeks later they're upset because they're not happy with the range, the performance, and of course they want to switch out the wheels. But with this, well under $1,500, you're getting everything: the range, the performance, the stability, the carvability, the diversity with its 2-in-1 capabilities, the sleekness, the quality, and even if you needed more range, you can go for the even bigger battery option. If you guys know another production company making a 2-in-1 board with a 13S 5P under $1,500, please comment below. Thank you for watching, guys. Please comment, like, share, subscribe. Have a good one, guys.